Hey everybody, it's Tori from Avalon Enchanted. Gosh, so much going on. I am here to deliver this week's Ascended Illuminations reading. So this is actually the feed that we put up to YouTube for people who maybe aren't able to catch the live feed that we do on Facebook. So we're glad that you're catching this now. Please do hashtag replay if you are catching this as a replay. We greatly appreciate it. Um, as you know, we like to also add in extra content on this particular feed. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about a little bit later on after we do the Facebook part. But some interesting things have been coming in. It's hard to believe that it's already December and the holidays are here and it's just crazy. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a bunch of things. I did recently just get a channeled message, which I'll share with only you guys on um, on YouTube. So like I said, you want to stay tuned. I am going to go ahead and bring in the feed for Facebook, and then we're going to get everything started. So bear with me. This always takes me a few moments. So I need to start this on here. The Ascended Illumination reading for the week of December 5th through 11th with Tori McNally. All right. That's up and running. So my apologies. I know it's taken a little bit of time on here. Just need to grab this. So just posting this in other areas so that way we are good. Let's see. I think I am all set. Okay, so going to give it a little bit of time for people to come on. And I'm actually this evening using so I already put out the A, B, and C, right? Or the 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it. And those, oh man. Bear with me for a second. Moving my work phone. Those were from a deck called the Anubis Oracle by Nikki Scully. And this evening's tarot part is by Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. Okay, Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. And this is a deck I don't usually use. I mean, I've been using the Egyptian ones. So A is Kanum, which is master craftsman, creator of form, organizing principle. Okay. Right. And then 2 is Mott. Okay. Truth, radiance, and balance. And then 3 is the Nile, sacred archetypal element of water. Okay. So those are, so basically what we do is we do a reading for each, and based upon whichever one you select, either 1, 2, or 3, that is your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We're going to just dive right in. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. If you're just coming on, please just let me know that you're here. Hi, Lynn. How are you? We do this on a weekly basis. Cindy and I split duties with this, so this is my week. But usually it happens on Thursday. Every once in a while, things kind of get a little crazy in our lives where sometimes we have to either do it as a recording and then just post it, or we do it at a different time. So I cannot believe, like I said, that it's already December 5th. Time is flying by. It seems like just last week it was August. And that always makes me, hey, Cher, that always makes me kind of, honestly, I feel like time in particular is speeding up. Okay. Um, and I feel like this is something that is really, really happening. I don't feel like it's something that people are needing to kind of be like, I don't know if this is happening. No, it is happening. There's some sort of weird kind of time continuum thing where I really feel, hey Deb, where I really feel that time is speeding up. Not sure how, not sure why, but this is something that I feel is really, really happening. So we're going to start out by with the first reading, and that's Kanum. Okay. So for those of you who know who I am and how I read, I like to read with Oracle. I like to read with Tarot. I find it makes a better reading. It's funny. I don't usually use this Wizard's Tarot deck. So matter of fact, I haven't used it. I haven't really used it before. Um, I literally just opened it last week, and I think I've had it for a while. So let's see what we got going on. So if you've chosen 1, master craftsman, creator of form, organizing principle, we have things kind of coming together. Hey, Nicole, we have things kind of coming together in terms of whatever you've been working on or whatever you've been trying to create or co-create. I see where a lot of things have been kind of literally falling into place on things. And now it's a point where all of a sudden the floodgates have opened and it's kind of like, oh my God, we got to get all this done. You're in the right direction. You're in the right process. This was the right move, even though you might think that maybe it wasn't the smartest thing. No, it was. The only thing I'm going to say is with the 7 of Cups, it's all about making sure you're not biting off more than you can chew. So delegate, plan. What I'm going to say is don't fly by the seat of your pants. Try to do what you can in terms of creating some order and some um, a, method or something in order to kind of help guide you through this process. I do see where in the family house, things for the most part have been things have been pretty good. I do feel like there's still a lot going on, and but for the most part, it's a solid unit. I am showing though the 5 of Cups in the emotional house, which usually to me is um maybe we're not being necessarily true to ourselves, or maybe there's part of this that you're self-doubting yourself on. or even self-sabotaging yourself on, okay? So I think that this, as we always say, cups are watery and emotional. So this is going to be something that you're definitely going to have to kind of work through and find the right, you know, sweet spot, so to speak. It's interesting because I just pulled the Nine of Swords, which is it's always an interesting card. Nine of Swords here. And for those of you that are catching this on Facebook, so you know, we always post a more in-depth version actually on our YouTube page. So I record this as well, and I record it up to YouTube. And usually what we do is we also add in additional things that you wouldn't necessarily get on the Facebook feed. Okay. So if you are catching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay, but please make sure you check out the YouTube page under Tori McNally, Avalon Enchanted, because there's some interesting things that we're going to be talking about, which will happen, and I'll post that information a little bit later on. Once the reading is secure and up there, I'll post the link onto Facebook. Okay. But emotionally, there's self-doubt, you know. There's a lot of self-doubt, there's a lot of worrying that you're not making the right decisions. Um, Again, I almost feel that this is, oh, hi, Nicole, both Nicoles. I feel like this is something that you're just gonna have to work through. It definitely is something that can be done. Um, it's funny, I just pulled the Six of Wands, which to me is everybody is there and supportive of you. You just got to be the leader. You just got to be the leader and trust and know that you have the ability to work through this process. Okay. As far as outcome cards, we have the Star, which is a great card. Okay. Whatever it is that you're building, whatever it is that you're organizing, creating form, you know, there's a lot of hope there. And there is the with the cups, it's all about balance. Okay. It's all about making sure that you're staying in balance. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a great card. You know, the outcome is bright. Okay. The outcome is definitely bright. It's a matter of getting through the beginning parts of it and not getting into these self-doubt moments, because um it's going to be one of those things where literally you have the once you've gotten through some of this process, you're going to find that more avenues open up, and there are going to be some directions that you can go in, and it's going to be up to you in terms of deciding which direction do you want to go in with this particular process or with this particular event. Okay. You know, many times when I think of the Two of Swords, which is what I pulled, I think of like this, you know, with the swords. And that's almost like it with the Wizard of Oz and the Scarecrow going, you could go this way or this way, you know? So to me, this is, it's up to you in terms of what you choose. And if I pull another card, we got the Hangman. So it's looking at things from other perspectives in this case. And it's also making sure that you are not just kind of literally waiting for something to happen and kind of hemming and hawing and dragging your feet. You know, don't wait too long to make a decision at that point in time, if that makes sense. Okay. Because there's a lot of great, oh, look at the sun. The sun, awesome card. The sun. Can't go wrong with that, right? So I think it's more so of a warning of saying, look at all of the different options, but in the same token, don't be taking so long to try and make a decision as to what direction that you go in after you kind of get all of your ducks in a row. Um, but it's all going to work out. It's all going to be something that is going to be what you're looking to do, what you're looking to explore, what you're looking to put together. Again, this is Kunam, which is the master craftsman, creator of form. Okay, and Kunam, let me see if I can pull the book. I'll read you a little bit about him. He's not one that I have ever worked with. He's one of the try that again. He's one of the great creator gods of Egypt. He is depicted with the head of a ram, his horns spiraling outward like DNA spirals. And Kunam is very highly skilled master craftsman who creates the eternally evolving varieties of material form upon his potter's wheel. So he holds the universal secrets of organizing principles of DNA and life itself. And Kunam lovingly and carefully creates all bodies of all the creatures of earth, including human. Um, if you pulled this card, Kunam has stepped forward for you to offer you your renewal and physical healing. And as he renews your body, he activates the deep memory of the Ka body, the consciousness that permeates human form and weaves through and around the cells of physical body. The activated Ka calls forth your connection with your ancient ancestors, the Naturu of Egypt, as well as the power and the vitality that comes with this connection. So you may feel an actual shift in consciousness and expansion in your physical body when you spend time with Kunam. And imagine yourself on the potter's wheel. So Kunam expresses the foundation principles required for bringing ideas to form. He helps you enter shamanic realms to find ingredients for and to create physical manifestations in your life and in an ordered sequential way. And when any aspect of your being is in need of renewal, repattering, or repair, you can step up onto his potter's wheel with faith and trust. So it's definitely a solid memory of being grounded and anchored, and being connected with the earth, and making sure that your rootedness or your grounded connection allows you to bring in this expansion. Because ultimately, what's coming in for you, if you've chosen A, is an expansion. Um, and whenever we go into an expansion, we always have, as we like to say, growing pains, where we start to kind of try and figure out different angles of things and where things fit. And I feel like that's going to be the part that's going to be a little bit tricky in order to kind of get where you want to go. But there's going to be a lot of doors opening for you. It's just a matter of working through this process. It's going to push you outside your comfort zone, so it's going to feel a little weird, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. Okay. So that is one Kunam. Next, we're going to do the reading for two, and it's actually Mott, which is about radiance and balance. Now, Mott is interesting because Mott is the one who actually weighs, at the time of your death, Mott weighs your heart against a feather. And if your heart is heavier than the feather, then you got an issue, shall we just say. But it's to make sure that you don't have a heavy heart. If I were to read about Mott, let me just take a quick peek and I'll tell you a little bit about Mott, and then I'll do the reading for Mott, or two rather. All right. So Mott's the eternal divinity who has created order from chaos since the beginning. And she represents cosmic law, divine order, justice. She's also the balance for which we strive. And her symbol is the ostrich feather, which represents truth, cosmic truth, and not relative truth. So Mott is the powerful balancer and the adjuster who helps us to accept and love the truth be about ourselves, the light, the dark, the indifference. So we need to truly see who we are and know where our work lies so we can move forward to greater wholeness. She's the regal mistress who reigns over the hall of mirrors, and she sees beyond right and wrong and creates divine justice on our affairs. At the beginning, she serves as she serves at the beginnings, serve this radiant one for she embodies the true cosmic law. And her very being is also very nourishing with the gods. So she's all about making sure that you feel the adjustment and the balance and that you bring it to your heart. Hi, Dina. So gaze into her radiant brilliance. You can glimpse the truth and allow Mott to help you to work through your consciousness, and to find the balance that you need. Okay, so let's do the reading for Mott. So yeah, so this evening actually is the Christmas tree lighting in Wickford. I was going to be there. However, my car is in Newport right now being worked on. So, I am here at home, um, doing this here. Um, but if you are looking for something fun to do this weekend, Wickford is going to be full of great things to do. Everything from Christmas to the Christmas tree lighting tonight. There's going to be an elf parade on Saturday. There's going to be an elf reception on Saturday. There's going to be carriage rides, Santa's coming by boat, you name it. And it's pretty much all throughout the entire weekend. I would say go to Wickford, I love Wickford Village, on Facebook, go to the Facebook page called I Love Wickford Village. And that's going to give you all of the details and the times for what's happening in Wickford. Okay. I will be open on Saturday for part of the day. So you may want to check it out. I'm going to be open more so in the morning, like 10 to like 2, because I have some private clients that are coming in, from out of town, so that way we can, work with them. But if you're ever interested in a reading or a healing or need any assistance or are interested in our classes, message us. Always go to our link tree. Our link tree has everything on it, from our Facebook page to Instagram page to email, for both Cindy and myself. And it also has the link for Eventbrite. So if you're thinking of taking any classes or joining us for any sort of events, like for example, next Thursday, I'm doing a blue rose cacao ceremony. And you might be wondering, what is that all about? Well, that ties in the two Marys, Mary Magdalene and also Mother Mary, and the divine lineage of the Marys. So that's going to be something that's going to be very heart opening. And it's also going to give people a really great opportunity to explore the connection with both Mother Mary and also Mary Magdalene. So let's take a look at the reading for the reading for Mott, which, like I said, is all about balance. And it's interesting, the first thing that I notice are the Two of Cups coming together, right? And it's covered by the Star card. Again, the balance. The balance is the need, the balance. There's a need to slow some things down. We have the Four of Swords ahead of us, which is really reminding us that we might need to kind of slow things down this week. If you've been just kind of biting off more than you can chew, or if you are taking some downtime this week, you might need to really think about that. There are some other things that I do want to talk about. One of which is the Five of Swords. So in that situation, it's, to me, it's like, um, we have we have some things that we need to work on. We do have some things that are coming in that are great. For example, we have the Chariot in the emotional house, which is all about forward movement. Okay. And there's the Lotus Blossom, which is all about healing and duality as well. Lotus blossoms literally will close up at night, and sometimes they'll even sink below the water, and they grow in a very muddy and kind of ucky kind of place. But they're such a beautiful flower. When the sun comes up, they will come up, and the sun will bring out the lotus blossoms. They're also very much about healing. Okay. So that is something that's really important. And again, with this, you also have, hi Holly, you also have the need for balance again. So not only moving forward, but balance again. So really, balance is key here. You really need to make sure, if you're not feeling balanced, this is the week to really focus on getting in balance. Okay. If you are working on something and you are not necessarily taking good care of yourself, that's going to be a problem, okay? And I mean by self-care, all right? I think overall this week it is definitely going to bring in some really interesting things, you know? We got we got the 9 of Cups, which is a great card. You know, well, this is all about things coming to fruition and being happy with things. So I always feel like that's a good card in terms of bringing in happiness and abundance and so on. But we also have the 7 of Pentacles, which to me, there's just a lot of things that we need to process. Um, and that's interesting because we also have the Hermit card. Okay, the hermit. What does the hermit mean? Hermit usually means going within. So if you have maybe not necessarily been kind of giving some internal, hey Jane, internal thoughts on things or ignoring your internal thoughts, then this is the time to make sure that you're doing it, okay? Merlin is stepping forward. He's a great one to also work with. If you've ever worked with Ascended Masters, he is fantastic. He is the true epitome of the alchemist, turning lead into gold, in this case with spiritual alchemy, turning energy from one form to another. So if this is something where you're in the process of opening up and there are things that you are wanting to do or working on with your development, then this is development is hard, but there's a lot that is coming out for you in a good way, okay? Let me just check on one thing. What did I do with it? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Let me just check on one thing. Give me a moment. I wanted to look at Pentacles. No. Oh, that's why. Okay. I don't like this book. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the thing that comes out with the 7 of Pentacles is all about the hard work that you put in and making sure that you are getting out what you put into it. So there's a lot in terms of evaluation, being being patient with the process, reflection on how the process is going. So that's something that is going to be important for you. But in order to do that, you need to be grounded and anchored and so on. So that is where we're coming in with 2 Mott. Okay. Um, so what else is going on? Let's see. Cindy's doing her Violet Flame on the 17th. So there's space for that. I'm actually doing something on the 19th and the 20th, which I think are going to be really quite interesting. On the 19th, I am doing a Zoom class that is by donation on the origins of winter solstice. So if you've ever wondered what winter solstice really is, what it's about with my Celtic background, we talk a lot about that, but we're also going to talk about how other cultures have worked with the winter solstice, okay? They've worked with it in Egyptian times, you know, so a lot of the other cultures definitely work with it and address it. And I think it's a valuable thing. So that's going to be on the 19th from 7 to 8:30. And then if you're local, we're actually having a winter solstice table tipping on the 20th. So that will be very cool and gives us insight in terms of what the dark half of the year is all about for us. Okay. So I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a lot of connecting with guides, connecting with ancestors, connecting with angels and ascended masters. I think we may very well certainly get some family, like I said, with ancestors, but I almost feel like this is going to be like where our soul is and what our soul group is kind of tapping into. All right, so let's take a look at 3, the Nile, sacred archetypal element of water. Let me read that one first, okay? So water is very important. The Nile was always considered very important in ancient Egypt. Let's see. Oh, cool. It is a. All right. So water blesses us. It blesses all of life. Everything in nature thirsts for water. Trees, animals, mountains, and human beings. In our human bodies, water is synonymous with blood. The Nile is the bountiful river. That is the reflection of the river of the night, the Milky Way, and it's our star mother's counterpart on Earth. Nowhere on earth is there such contrast between fertility and barrenness, between life and death, and between abundance and desolation as in the Nile, especially where the river's influences halt the desert's edge. In Egypt, all life is dependent upon the Nile, which is very true. And the Nile, in her generous and gracious flow, feeds all life. We have the flooding of the Nile um, in the spring, which is when all of the really great silt and sediment that's needed to replenish the soil comes down the river, in this case goes up the river, and deposits it in the fields, so it floods the area. And the ancient Egyptians would have viewed the flooding as something that's breaking the dryness. It's also sustaining life. So they really viewed it as something so important. So as the Nile flows through Egypt, water flows through our lives, offering fluidity, compassion, intuition, nurturance, intimacy, and sensitivity. And it teaches us about ebb and flow. It shows us its many forms, liquid and solid, vapor and mist. And water teaches us about the eternity of showing us how to have faith as we move through the different stages of being the consciousness, as well as those other forms. We learn how to feel through water. We learn about emotions and sensitivity, unconsciousness. And water also cleanses the lenses of our psychic awareness and nourishes our intention. When you draw this card, it's time to enter the river. It's time to return to the primal waters, the waters of the unknown, trusting that you will be fed and nurtured by the great mystery. Relax. Perhaps it's time to immerse yourself in the water, experience floating and feeling yourself held up by the water of life. And this is the opportunity for deep cleansing and renewal and trust. And water as your ally is the reading in this reading is the medium through which you'll respond to what is needed at this time, and all of the water's unique qualities are available to you now. Okay, so that is 3, water, the Nile, the Nile. So let's see what we get in terms of a reading for 3 and what we get out of it. So we have a lot of about flow. We also have a lot about emotions, cleansing. Those are things which I know water tends to be kind of right off the bat, but also sustenance, feeding our soul, in this case, feeding our bodies. We're made primarily of water. The earth is primarily water. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so if you chose 3, guess what? A little bit of a difficult week. Oh, wrong book. Let me see. Just check on one thing. Okay. So there may be some things that are going to be kind of blowing up. Not going to lie. We have some tower moments coming. All right. We got some tower moments. We also have people that may kind of be on the shifty side. So we have some sabotage going on, right? So those are some things that you definitely would need to know off the bat. And I almost feel like with the water, a lot of this is also running on emotions. You know, take a look at something else real quick. All right. So to me, what this is saying is because we have the Six of Swords and we have the Queen of Cups, right? So to me, this is there's some things that we know that we need to either move out of our lives or people that we need to move out of our lives in order to create and to find our true stability, right? In order to find our ourselves and to start healing processes. So to me, this is about doing the work that you know you need to do. This is about giving yourself the permission and when we get these tower moments, yes, they feel uncomfortable, but sometimes these tower moments are needed in order to create the freeness and to free things up that we want to work with, okay? Um Again, the water flooding the Nile is also destructive, right? It's flooding and taking up land, but in the long run, it's something that is important, okay? Um, we have a lot of swords, first thing. And as I tell people, swords can either cut you or protect you. So to me, this is you know what you need to cut away, you know who you need to maybe make some changes to, some shifts for. I am gonna say be a little bit more on the reserve side this week, okay? This is the Four of Pentacles, which is usually about making sure you're kind of conserving. Um, but it's interesting because we have the Knight of Swords here, and it's a woman, right? So the Knight of Swords, she's charging in. So usually with the Knight of Swords, it's always kind of like they're kind of, how do I say this? Shoot first, ask questions later. So there's going to be some things that you may very well just kind of make some really quick decisions on, and you might have to do it that way. Um, you might have to make those changes. You may have to very well kind of do them in stages, you know? So keep that in mind. If I pull another card, I'm getting the Three of Cups. So to me, this is something in the long run. Um, you may find that you have to jump on something really quick this week as well. All right. So there's a couple of different scenarios that are playing out. But the one thing I want to mention with this, you know, this being something that is an emotional type of process, an emotional type of cleanse, um, uh, or clearing or replenishment. There are going to be some things that you may find, hey Donna, that you maybe so with the Four of Cups, I always view it like this, right? This guy has three perfectly good cups that he's staring at, but there's one cup out of reach. So to me, you may find that there are some things that don't quite fit into the way you expect them to. Don't focus on the fact that they're not fitting. Focus on the fact that what you have in front of you, and oh no, no worries, Donna. What you have in front of you and what you have that you're working with, that you're understanding and that you're mastering. Okay. The other piece will fall into place. If it's meant to be, it will fall into place when the time is right. It could very well be that right now this is not the right time. Sometimes we kind of, and I see this sometimes with people that are undergoing an awakening and they've just discovered the chakras and they always want to work on the, as I like to say, the fun chakras, like the heart and up. But they kind of ignore the work that they do on the ground chakra, the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, which are really, really important, right? So to me, this is make sure that you're not ignoring some things that you know you need to really bring in and fit into place first before that other cup that's out there. Um, finds its way into the right position. Okay. Um, I almost feel like this is something that's tying in with a relationship. It's interesting because I got the King of Pentacles and I also got the High Priestess. And to me, that is, if this is something that is a relationship, and you've been working on clearing some things out and you're determining as to whether or not someone new is coming in, yes, just keep an open mind with that. Um, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. But again, High Priestess, she has the black and the white, the need to stay in balance. Okay. And to me, she looks like she has a lot of water all around her, right? She has a lot of water all around her. So to me, that is utilizing the water and utilizing this moment in order to um develop this sacredness and this balance in this process. But just be careful. Like I said, the Seven of Swords, I always call this the sneaky bastard card. I call it that way for a reason. Um, just be aware of it, okay? Especially this week. Um, so that is it for our 1, 2, 3 reading. So one was Kunam, who is all about creator of form and organizing principles. Two was Mott, all about truth and balance. And then three was the Nile, the sacred archetypal element of water, which is about flow, cleansing, clearing, bringing in sustenance and things like that. So I do hope that this was helpful. And like I said, I'm going to be posting, actually, I'm going to be doing a little bit more work as after I log off on the Facebook feed. I'm going to be hopping over to the feed that I'm going to be putting up onto YouTube a little bit later on, and I'll drop the link when that is up so people can actually view that as the replay. Because there's some interesting things that we're going to be talking about on that. I got some interesting channeled messages that I am going to share with you about what's coming up and what's coming in. Okay. What else is going on? Oh, this is kind of cool. So on Saturday the 28th online, I'm actually going to be teaching a really cool class about the revelation of the Magi. And it's thought that the three wise men were actually ascended masters. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about those particular ascended masters and what it means. So that's going to be a really interesting class. Then we go into January, and January has a lot of fun stuff. So check that all out on the Eventbrite page. Please remember to like and share and follow our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our YouTube as well, and also the Eventbrite. Again, we're going to be open on Saturday, probably from like 10 to 2. I think we're unfortunately going to be closed on Sunday. But if people are interested in any readings or any sort of healings, or even if people are interested in doing some one-on-one work, I'm going to be available for that. I'm also going to be available between Christmas and New Year's. So we're also going to be launching a brand new end of year reading for people that are looking to get an idea of what 2025 has in store for them on a personal basis. That can be either done in person or that can be done remotely. So, and we record that if you're remote. So we're going to be rolling out the information on that soon. And some other cool things coming up. So hopefully we'll check it out, or you'll check it out soon. So take care, everyone, and have a great evening, and happy holidays to you. Bye. All right, hold on. So I need to wait, post. Okay. All right. So let's get down to brass tacks, folks. So we just did the Ascended Illuminations reading for the week of the December 5th through the 11th. If you are, and I know I talked a little bit about this last time I was on doing the Ascended Illuminations reading, but this is coming through loud and clear. And actually, the information that I'm about to talk about is actually from an Ascended Master by the name of Sanat Kumara. So if you're unfamiliar with who Sanat Kumara is, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Give me a sec. So Sanat Kumara is a Ascended Master that is actually has a number of different associations with him. He's a teacher, as well as who focuses on mental and spiritual sciences. And he is also believed to be the mind-born sons of Lord Brahma. He also is the spiritual head of the world. So he focuses on sending a team to Earth to guide humanity back to its destiny. And he's also in the planetary logos. He is in the story of Sanat Kumara, training a planetary logos. Sanat Kumara's higher self is channeled to tell the story of how Sanat Kumara prepared to become the planetary logos. So he's all about eternal youth. He's all about, he's also an advanced being, and he's part of the 9th level of initiation in regards to the Ascended Masters. So what does that mean? Well, he stepped forward with some interesting messages, which I quickly started jotting down. So give me a second and let me pull that up. Because this, if you are in a light worker, teacher, what have you, there are going to be some things that you are going to need to know about 2025 and beyond. So this is kind of like, be prepared. Okay. 2025 is going to bring in a lot of interesting stuff. So let me just go ahead and start talking about this. So many need to do a better job in preparing themselves for what's to come. For your view on things, life will manifest what you focus on. So if you focus on something negative, guess what's coming in? If you focus on something positive, then it's going to be a much better solution, opportunity. So what I got out of that is, be careful your thought patterns, what you put down in writing, because that is really going to have a big factor on what it is. I don't know where this came from. On what is coming in and what's coming in for you. Okay. So many who view things from a peaceful and tranquil standpoint will fare better, while those who are at a sea in chaos and noise will not, nay, may have troubles in 2025. And he was very adamant about using the word nay. So he's kind of using that as the word no. So those who are not at a sea in those who are not at a sea in the chaos and the noise will not, no, may have troubles in 2025. So I think he's trying to say, be prepared. If people are that are coming to you are struggling, and they are caught up in the chaos, they're caught up in the noise, they're not going to fare as well. And those who are energy workers, light workers, healers, coaches, must be prepared to help others. So if you've been on the fence as to whether or not your work matters, or whether or not what you do, can you help other people? Yes, this is something that's really important, okay? So those who are energy workers, light workers, healers, coaches must be prepared to help others. Um, what I'm hearing is, I know we always say, put out the manifestation for the right client. Um, we may find that we have to kind of um help those who come to us that may not necessarily be quite the client that we're looking for, but as somebody in the spiritual field, you are still needing to assist, okay? They must do it from a place of steadfast conviction and a place of groundedness, all right? So those who are helping, those who are answering the call, need to make sure that you're definitely very grounded and anchored, because the energy is going to be a little cuckoo. And also, stand up for your convictions, stand up for what you believe in, all right? Because you are going to be teaching by modeling, people are going to be watching, people are going to be seeing, and that is also going to be what helps people work through some of this stuff. So many more will be losing to let me try that again. Many more will be looking to you for support and comfort. So pay close attention to the moons and the transits. I'm not quite sure what that means. I know obviously it means focus on like the astrology stuff, the full moons, the dark moons. So I would say maybe get yourself a book that's going to document when the different moons and transits are, okay? And those are going to be some times when you're going to be needed more so than others during the month, all right? What else? Um Bear with me for a sec. Just opening my ginger ale. All right. Um, this is interesting because he said, "We sent energy to you all. Some may feel it, some may not. But they um but they look to you all to translate what the universe is bringing to you." What does that mean? So the people that are coming to us, the people that we need to be looking to kind of help guide and support, um there's energies that they're sending, that a lot that energetically is being sent in from higher realms, okay? um these people, some of them may feel it, some of them may not. The ones that they do, um those are the ones that are going to be looking for help in terms of translating what's going on with them and what they're going through, what they're experiencing. So they are going to be looking to you to translate what the universe is bringing into us all. What does this energy mean? What does this energy shift mean? What are we looking to do? What should we be focusing on in regarding our path, in regarding the planet, things like that. Um, he then went on to say, conflict will continue here and other places, but this is nothing new. So the thing that he was kind of, I feel, hinting at is the hot spots that are currently going on right now are going to continue to go on. And some of these things have been going on for centuries. Okay. So this is nothing new. But just know that the conflict will continue. And I also feel there's going to be conflict here in the US as well. Okay. So that's also something to kind of take into consideration. Many will awaken the muscle memories of lives of the past. And he very much specifically mentioned muscle memories of lives of the past. To me, this is a focus on deja vu. This is a focus on um, remembering different things, snippets or things like that, that all of a sudden you're gonna have dreams, or you have a past life regression or something like that. Some of those things are going to, these people are going to be experiencing this. So it's going to be one of those things where this energy that's coming in it is going to awaken this memory of the soul. Okay, so many will have deja vu and not understand why they are having these feelings, but we encourage you to help people to connect with their ancestors and use their spiritual muscles or muscle. Okay, so to me, muscle memory. So to me, that's focus on your third eye. Focus on what people can do in order to be able to listen to the messages. Help people become grounded and anchored. Help people become able to balance their chakras. Um, Give people the knowledge to be able to quiet their mind in order to allow these things to step forward, whether it be a guide or an ascended master or an angel who might be coming into them. Okay. Or specifically their ancestors. I feel like ancestral energy is going to be really important coming in the next few years. I feel it's already started, but I feel it's going to continue. Okay. So many will awaken the muscle memories of lives of the past. Many will have deja vu and not understand why they are having these feelings, but we encourage you to help people to connect with their ancestors and use the spiritual muscle memory. Many will undertake the great awakening from it, while many may feel exceptionally overwhelmed and either shut down from it, or they may use this as the off ramp for an exit point. So you are going to have almost like um, three groups of people. Best way to describe it. You're going to have three groups. So you have a group here, you have a group here, and you have a group here, right? The people who are feeling this energy and are either lucky enough to be able to tap into somebody or even a community, they're going to be kind of relying on you in order to kind of help them with this process. All right. So they're the ones that are going to be openly and asking, why is this happening? How can I get through this? What can I do to open up and understand this? You have the other group who are feeling this energy coming in that are overwhelmed, excuse me, and they're just shutting down. They want nothing to do with it. They may continue to feel this energy, but they don't want to go there. Okay. So those are going to be the people that are going to be tough. And I feel like there's going to be people that they're just going to miss out. They're going to miss out, you know? Um, then there are some of those people that are overwhelmed, who are experiencing this energy, but they may tap out. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So you have these different groups of people, and you are going to be kind of asked to kind of make that you're holding space for them, helping to talk with them, to talk them through some of this stuff. The ones that are shutting down, or the ones that are looking to exit, honestly, as far as that's concerned, is send them love and light. And if they do come to you and are looking for assistance, um, do your best. Do your best. Okay. Um, they may just come to you for an explanation. They may try and come for help, but are overwhelmed. So just be advised. Um, there is also a wave of new souls coming in 2025 to 2027. Okay. And these new souls are not new and are not here and are here to help the earth, rather. So they are not new, meaning they're new souls, but they're not, how do I say this? Their soul's been around for a while. They're an old soul. Okay. So there are new people coming in, new souls coming in, but these souls that are coming in are older souls, and they're here on a specific mission to focus on the earth. Okay. So they're here to help the people and the earth. So just be aware of that. So what does that mean? You may find that this bumper crop of children, especially coming in between 2025 and 2027, are going to be kids that are exceptionally talented spiritually and energetically. All right. And their focus is going to be on helping the planet and people. So I think that there's going to be a big focus on recalibrating the earth and how we treat the earth. And I also feel like there's going to be a big focus on people's role on the planet and how we interact with earth and Mother Nature and so on. There's also going to be more disclosures. There's going to be more discoveries, and many will remember more. Again, it goes back to using that muscle memory. And I do feel that there will be a lot of new stuff coming out. Like I said, disclosures is what was said, but more importantly, discoveries. So I feel like things that maybe sacred sites around the world may need to be reinterpreted. New discoveries kind of like that may come up and be located that need interpretation. How we have viewed things over the last, I'm going to say, 150 years, that viewpoint may shift a little bit. And what we focused on and what we thought may actually shift. Okay. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of rewriting of history and culture. Okay. So that's kind of what is showing on there. So there will be more disclosures, more discoveries, and many will remember more. So a lot of people may very well tap into past lives. They'll remember more about what went on at some of these ancient, during these ancient times. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that kind of flushes out with that. And these are the souls to connect with and to help guide and to help them find their way. So these people, like I said, the kids that are coming in 2025 to 2027, and the people that are opening up, these are the souls, these are the people that we are definitely going to need to focus on, and maybe help advocate for them. Because I almost feel like there's also going to be how they interpret things are going to be very different. It may even be different from how we interpret things, okay? Or how we get information, which is fine. But that's where we are here to kind of help rebridge that gap. Okay. Rebridge that gap. And those are the people that we want to help, because they may be very well be so incredibly focused, laser focused, for lack of a better word, on what their assignment is, that they may kind of lose track of some of the nuances of um, human nature. Okay. So I feel like there may very well be a little bit of a, I don't want to say a glitch, but I do feel like there's going to be a little bit of a shift in terms of how these individual souls interact, how they get their information, um, how they interact with other people, and things like that. Okay. So I feel like these are the things that we definitely want to focus on. And these are the things that were mentioned in Sanat Kumara's message. Um, when I get these messages, I usually will find myself kind of sitting there, and I'll call in, protection. I'll call in my gatekeepers. I'll call in my spirit team, and they will allow someone to step forward. In this case, it was Sanat Kumara. And that was, and then they basically kind of go from there in terms of the messages that they have for us. Um, what else? I'm just seeing if there's anything that I'm missing. He's part of the Cosmic Council, known as the Council of the 140. Okay. You come with Sanat Kumara to save the earth in her darkest hour. That's kind of interesting that this is all that came up. Let me see. So to me, it's almost like these people, these souls have a mission that they know they have to work on. Um, and these are things that we definitely want to, the ancient custom of the Yule log has come down to us from the service rendered by Sanat Kumara, who each year consecrates a focus of the sacred fire in the physical octaves. Interesting. Okay. Anyhow, I hope this helps. If you have questions, please feel free to comment um, um, below. Definitely, you can hit me up if you have any questions. If you're interested in a reading or an energy healing or past life regression, definitely find our website, which is Avalon Enchanted. We are on Instagram. We're on Facebook, Threads. We don't really do much on YouTube. I'm sorry, on TikTok, simply because I'm not 100% sure as to whether or not TikTok is really going to be sticking around, um, at least here in the United States. So I don't want to necessarily start building the platform to find that all of a sudden it's like one of those things where they say, nope, sorry, we're not doing that. So we hope to build more with a platform for TikTok in 2025. If you're interested in any of the different trainings that I offer, I do a lot with working with the energies of ancient Egypt, as well as the energies of Wales and the Celtic goddesses. So if you have any questions or interests in exploring some of those things, let me know. You're always welcome to email me at Tori, which is Tori, at avalonenchanted.com, or you can reach me through messaging. That's totally fine. Um, We have some great things coming up for January. Making your own oracle deck to, God, what are some of the other things? Let me grab my calendar. Um, we're doing something on the magic of Avalon. Make your own oracle deck. What else? I think that's it. And we have stuff that we're planning for February already. So there's a lot of cool things going on, and we hope that you will check them out. And hopefully we'll see you soon. So take care. And if you are a light worker or an energy healer, please know that this is a call to action for us in order to get ready for what's to come. We have some work to do. We kind of need to get our own house in order before we can start to help others. So that's something really important. And there'll be some other things coming out that we'll talk about at another time. But take care. Have a great evening or whenever you're seeing this, and take care now.